Greetings and salutations. So, today's video, I was going to say that I had this idea, that's a lie. Someone suggested the idea to me to basically play Would You Rather with you guys, like a fun game of fandom Would You Rather, and you guys were incredible and sent in questions, so that's what today's video is going to be. Feel free to play along, leave your answers to all the questions you're interested in the comments. Play along with me. Let's go. Would you rather play Quidditch or play Capture the Flag at Camp Half-Blood? Now, I feel like Quidditch is the safer game, but I am terrified, and I mean terrified of heights. So as much as I hypothetically in my brain think I would be a fantastic keeper in Quidditch, the reality of me on a broomstick is that I would probably be having a panic attack. Whereas I was so fucking good at Capture the Flag in my, like, when I was in primary school. I cannot even tell you guys. I was part of the reason that I got banned from my school, but that was because we got too competitive and we took it too seriously, which was largely like down to me and my team leadership. But I was so good at Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag was like my favorite game to play as a kid. I miss it because it got banned from my school when I was in 3rd grade. Absolutely Capture the Flag, because holy fuck do I want to play Capture the Flag with swords, to be honest. Would you rather go on a quest with Percy or with Annabeth? I feel like because me and Annabeth are very similar, and she works so well with Percy because their intelligence kind of lies in different areas and they're able to come up with different solutions to problems. I feel like that means that I would also work better with Percy, whereas me and Annabeth would probably like clash heads a lot or only be able to come up with one solution that doesn't work, and then we're not able to come up with one that's a little more outside of the box. So I feel like me and Percy would be like a better team. Would you rather be in Camp Half-Blood or Valhalla? Now, my first instinct was actually Valhalla, to be honest, just because I feel like in a lot of ways that's a safer place, but I have to die in the first place to get there, which I don't want to do. And Camp Half-Blood is like, you know, my fictional home in my brain, so we'll go Camp Half-Blood. Would you rather be a magician or a demigod? I would, I think, be a more successful magician. I'd be better at it and I'd have a better chance of survival just with that pantheon and with those set of powers than I would be as a demigod, but I would rather be a demigod. Would you rather fight the Titans or the Giants? Definitely the Giants. I would not want to fight the Titans. If you were in the Hunger Games fandom, I am. It was one of my first fandoms. Here's one. Would you rather die by falling off the pedestal during the countdown or die by Tracker Jacker Venom? Definitely falling off the pedestal. Tracker Jacker Venom's like one of the worst ways to go because like the hallucinations, it takes a lot longer to kill you than just like being exploded by like all the mines like around the pedestal. Genuinely, I would much rather fall off the pedestal. I think realistically I would probably do that if I were a tribute. I would probably just step off the pedestal in the first place because I would rather that than die at the hands of another tribute or be killed by tracker jackers or mutations or anything that the fucking game makers are putting in. So I would probably just like take myself off the board because I wouldn't have a very high chance of survival anyway, so may as well just take myself out. Would you rather save Fred or Bianca D'Angelo? That's so mean. My answer is Fred Weasley, but why would you hurt me that way? That's so mean to me. Would you rather have Percy's powers or Annabeth's intelligence? Annabeth's intelligence. Would you rather the Disney series be animated but no Tunnel of Love scene, or it be live action and have the scene honestly be animated, because I think animation would still just work way better for the entirety of the series, so I would sacrifice the scene I want to see in order to have everything be better or how I want it, I guess. Would you rather never be able to reread a Rick Riordan book again or never have the Disney Plus series come out? Never have the Disney Plus series come out. I would never give up the books for anything, and I could quite happily only have the books and the musical, to be honest. Would you rather go to Hogwarts or Camp Half-Blood? Probably Camp Half-Blood. I would love to go to both. They're like two of my, you know, comfort fictional worlds, but I have more of an attachment to Camp Half-Blood and I would rather be a demigod than like a witch, so. Would you rather have Captain Marvel's powers or Scarlet Witches? First of all, this is probably my favorite question. Second of all, Scarlet Witches. While doing like Photon Blast would be really fun, Scarlet Witch is the most powerful character in the Marvel universe. You can't change my mind, I'm right. And she has the powers that I'm most jealous of. And also, like, if I decide to be a supervillain, like I can just do that. Don't mind me just doing Wanda hands here. Can you tell that I want to cosplay Wanda? Would you rather be best friends with Steve or Dustin? Steve. I really relate to Robin a lot, so I think that just based on that, me and Steve would get along. Steve is like one of my comfort characters too, so we just want to hang out with him. We're the same age, whereas with Dustin, it would be, you know, I would still be his friend, but it would be like kind of like the Steve and Dustin dynamic where it's a little bit of like a big brother babysitter vibe. Whereas me and Steve could just be like pals, and then I could also be friends with Robin, or you know, me and Steve could fall in love as well because we're the same age. That's all I'm saying. Would you rather be a half-blood fighting Sith or a Jedi fighting Kronos? This depends on who my godly parent is, because if I'm a kid of any of the big three, I would rather be a half-blood fighting Sith because I just have like god tier powers and could handle that. If I'm from any other Olympian or any of the minor gods, I would rather be a Jedi fighting Kronos because I think a laser sword and like force abilities would give me a real big upper hand there. Would you undo Cleo or make Frank and Hazel's age gap smaller? Make Frank and Hazel's age gap smaller because I actually love that ship a lot, and the only thing I dislike about it is the age gap. So if we took that out, then I could just completely and wholly love that ship, which I would like to do. Would you rather Adora had ended up with Catra or Glimmer? Definitely Catra. I was a Catra-Adora shipper from day one. I understand the Adora and Glimmer ship a lot. I see the chemistry there. I understand why people ship it, but I, from day one, was a Catra-Adora shipper. I'm a sucker for friends to lovers or enemies to lovers, and that Catra-Adora is just a mix of them. So yeah, Catra-Adora was kind of like designed for me specifically because I'm in love with Catra and I kin Adora too. So like, yeah, you know, I was a Catra-Adora shipper from day one. So Adora being with Catra is the ending I want. Would you rather Finn had ended up with Poe or by himself / with someone else? With Poe, are you kidding? Would you rather them make musicals for the entire Ride-Inverse or make a movie adaptation for just PG? Make musicals! I think most of my favorite like adaptations are musical adaptations, either screen to stage or like book to stage. I'm in love with them and they're like my favorite adaptations. So definitely make musicals. Like bring back Rob because I trust him. I know he understands all the characters so well. I really want to hear his Nico song. Bring him back. He like, I trust him. Yeah, do musicals. Would you rather see the Lightning Thief musical in person and only be able to listen to the cast recording 10 times or only have the cast recording? I think I would rather only be able to listen to it 10 times and see it in person because I could pick and choose my moments where I really, really need that music in my life, but seeing it in person is an opportunity that I just wouldn't want to give up, especially if I could see it with the off-Broadway or Broadway cast. I've been following the musical since 2014, and for a long part of that, we didn't even have the cast recordings. Yeah, I just wouldn't give up the opportunity to see it in person, I don't think. Would you rather stay in Cabin 11 with the hundreds of other unclaimed demigods or stay in Cabin 3 all by yourself? I want to give a really boring, realistic answer here where I'm a massive introvert. I really need my alone time. So staying in Cabin 3 by myself probably wouldn't affect me that much. It would get lonely sometimes. I think what would make me lonelier would just be like eating by myself and stuff. Actually staying in the cabin by myself would provide me alone time that I need to function. Whereas being in a cabin that crowded with all the other like homies, kids and unclaimed kids, that would make me go insane a little bit. Hey, would you rather date Percy Jackson or Magnus Chase? I don't really have a crush on Magnus. I'm an Annabeth Kinney, so I've never seen Magnus in that light. I have a crush on Alex, so that would be a tougher question, but because it's Percy or Magnus, definitely Percy. Would you rather be an archer, sword fighter, or magician? Oh my god. I have to go with magician because I can train myself to be a sword fighter while being a magician. I wouldn't really be an archer. I enjoy archery. I used to be good at archery, but I would rather be a sword fighter or a magician. Would you rather train with Chiron or Looper? Chiron, he seems like a much kinder teacher and a much more nurturing teacher, which I need. Would you rather train with Luke or Yoda? I don't know if you mean Luke Castellan or Luke Skywalker. I'm gonna assume you mean Luke Skywalker. This depends on circumstances. If I'm training with Luke Skywalker or Luke Castellan versus Yoda on Dagobah, I'd go with Yoda. Whereas if I'm training with Yoda, like on Coruscant, just like in the Jedi Academy, don't want that. So yeah, that's my answer. Would you rather be Iron Man or Batman? Now, my first instinct was Batman. However, Batman has my favorite rogues gallery of like any superhero, right? But I wouldn't want to put up with them. I wouldn't want to put up with Gotham City. I wouldn't want to put up with his rogues gallery. So just based on that, I would probably go Iron Man. And then, you know, if I'm Iron Man, I can be like, yo, Spider-Man, come be my friend. Would you rather fight Harry Potter or Percy Jackson to the death? I am dead either way, but I feel like I'd have a better chance of survival if I go up against Harry, because I could just go straight in for that Avada Kedavra, and I don't think he would, so. Would you rather accept immortality from the gods or join the Hunters of Artemis? Definitely join the Hunters of Artemis, because then I at least still kind of like have a purpose and there's still a chance of death. Like I'm not 100% immortal, like forever. My being doesn't just kind of stay around, and I also wouldn't want to put up with the gods. And I feel like if I accept immortality from them, I have to like spend time with them, which I don't want to do. Would you rather bring back Zoe Nightshade or Charles Beckendorf? Without a doubt, Charles Beckendorf. You know what's coming, you can only listen to one again for the rest of your life. Taylor Swift or the Lightning Thief musical. Look, I've been attached to Taylor Swift for longer. Taylor Swift has more music. Taylor Swift has music that covers more of my moods. Taylor Swift has songs that, like, legitimately saved my life and I couldn't give up. So I would have to give up the Lightning Thief musical. Would you rather be thrown into the detention track at Hexside or have to spend an entire day with Hootie? So I would actually like to spend an entire day with Hootie because I feel really bad for him and I would like to just give him the joy of friendship for a little while. So I would spend an entire day with Hootie and we would do some like really cheesy friendship things and it would be lovely. I would not want to be thrown into the detention track at Hexside, but I would like to spend time with Hootie. Would you rather have Percy or Leo hate you? I would rather have Leo hate me. Would you rather have a one-off about Percy Beth in college or a one-off about Piper and Shell? Well, a one-off about Percy Beth in college, definitely. I would just like, I feel like Percy Beth's story didn't really get an ending, and so I'm forever mourning that, and I would, more so than anything else, want that, because then we could get an actual ending to that story. Would you rather have to watch the Percy Jackson movies every week and be able to read the Percy Jackson books, or only be able to read the Heroes of Olympus? So when I was younger, I actually watched the Percy Jackson movies all the time to the point that I could quote every line of dialogue legitimately, so it wouldn't be anything new for me to have to watch the movies a bunch, so we'll go with that. Would you rather have a standalone about Sally or Estelle? Sally. Would you rather face Kronos, Gaia, or Nero alone? Gaia. Would you rather anger Aphrodite or Athena? Fucking neither of them. Honest to God, probably Athena. Would you rather remove the underwater kiss from the Last Olympian or the reunion kiss in Mark of Athena? Reunion kiss. Do not take the underwater kiss from me. Only be able to say I am Groot or be as small as Scott Lang at Cassie's school. Look, honest to God, I am a small person. So, I'm not as small as Scott at Cassie's school, obviously, but would I really be losing that much height if I chose that as my answer? Like, I could readjust quite easily to that, I think. Whereas, I talk a lot, and if I was only able to say I am Groot, what if I don't find someone who understands me? What if I don't find my Rocket Raccoon and then I'm just suffering forever? I'm gonna go be as small as Scott at Cassie's school, but that is my favourite question, thank you. Would you rather be a part of the Avengers or the Guardians? I honestly got to think being part of the Guardians would be more fun, but because, like, my comfort characters are in the Avengers, I'd rather be a part of the Avengers so I could hang out with them and be their teammate and their co-worker, but I do think it would be more fun to be part of the Guardians, to be honest. Would you rather be involved in making the Percy Jackson TV show, writing, directing, acting, anything, or be able to go back and stop the movies from being made? Definitely be involved in making the Percy Jackson show. I once, in my free time last year, just wrote a pilot, like a script for a pilot episode of a Lightning Thief show. Just in my own time. So I'd rather be involved specifically in writing and hopefully acting. If you want to just put me in as a random counselor, like, I'd be down for that, but specifically I'd want to be involved in the writing, I think. Would you rather play Annabeth in the Disney Plus series or have every detail accurate to the book? Definitely have every detail accurate to the book. I'm well aware that at this stage in my life I'm way too old to play Annabeth. She was my dream role as a kid, and if the movies were being made when I was a kid, I probably would have been the right age for her, but that's a conversation for another day. I would much rather have every detail be accurate to the book, and the idea of getting to see some talented young actress play this character and get to watch her grow as we get to watch, like, the characters in Harry Potter grow is very exciting to me, so that one. Would you rather have Baby Yoda, Grogu, be real, or Raylo? I don't ship Raylo, so Grogu. Would you rather go to a Lover concert or Folklore? Folklore, I think, but I would cut off my right arm legitimately, which is the arm I write with. I'm right-handed. I would cut off my right arm to hear the Archer live. Would you rather go on a quest with Percy, Annabeth, and Grover, or Frank, Hazel, and Percy, or Piper, Jason, and Leo? Percy, Annabeth, and Grover, just because, like, they're my favourites, but I would also love to go on one with Frank, Hazel, and Percy. To be honest, I love that group. Like, I love that friendship and dynamic so much. Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, and Marvel Studios, which universe would you prefer to live in? I assume you mean the MCU, and I'm going to, I'd die very quickly in any of those universes, but I'm going to go with the MCU so I can be friends with Peter Parker. Please, please let me be friends with Peter Parker. Would you rather be a creature from Greek mythology or an alien from Star Wars? I assume this counts. I would actually really like to be an Ewok, so I'll take that. Would you rather have Calypso's Curse or Frank's? Definitely Frank's. I think Calypso's is much worse, to be honest. Would you rather have a professionally filmed version of the Lightning Thief musical or the new PJO TV series? I would definitely rather have a professionally filmed version of the Lightning Thief musical, just because that's really, really personal to me and I'm already really attached, and I would be happy to just have the musical and the books forever, to be honest. I'm very excited about this TV series, but if I had the option, I'd rather just get a professionally filmed version of the musical. Would you rather have a wand or Riptide? Probably a wand. Would you rather always listen to the Long Pond studio sessions or the OG folklore? Definitely Long Pond studio sessions. If you don't know this about me, my favorite versions of Taylor songs are always live versions. Every live performance she does, I download as audios and have them on my phone, and I listen to them more than I listen to the studio versions of albums, especially if they're acoustic. So the Long Pond studio sessions, like, I already listened to way more than I listened to the actual folklore album. So would you rather learn that you were a demigod or force sensitive? Probably that I was a demigod, but I would like to be force sensitive too. Would you rather be Annabeth or be in a relationship with Annabeth? I could not be in a relationship with Annabeth because she's essentially me, so definitely just be her. Would you rather wake up as a 12-year-old and be taken to Camp Half-Blood the day before Percy arrives, or run away from home and have Luke, Annabeth, and Talia find you? Probably run away from home and have Luke, Annabeth, and Talia find me, because then I can actually Annabeth can still have some family after Luke fucking leaves her. She can have some family left in me, and then I could run away from home. Would you rather have Jake as your detective partner or Amy? Amy would probably be better, and I think that we would bond and get along really, really well. But again, same with what I said about Percy and Annabeth. I think that me and Jake, because I also relate a lot to Amy, our teamwork style would be really productive. So Jake. Would you rather only be able to watch or read material from all your favorite fandoms once each, or be able to pick one movie, book series that you can always rewatch, reread for the rest of your life? Oh my god, I don't like either of those options. Probably pick one movie and one book series that I can always rewatch and reread, because the amount of times I reread and rewatch, I get really attached to things and they become real comforts, and I would probably do that, yeah. Would you rather go on a quest with Jason or with Meg? Definitely Jason. Would you rather resurrect Bob or Billy from Stranger Things? Definitely Bob. He was a sweet angel who did nothing wrong, and his death really broke my heart, whereas I don't like Billy at all, and I wouldn't revive Billy even if there was no alternative. If it was just press this button to revive Billy, or you don't and he stays dead, I wouldn't press the button. Would you rather meet Taylor Swift or Annabeth Chase? Taylor Swift. She's legitimately saved my life more times than I can count with her music, has shaped me into the person I am today, has been a big sister figure growing up and kept me sane during my entire life. And I wouldn't trade meeting her for anything. Meeting her has been my dream since I was 6, and there's just no alternative you can put that I would choose over meeting her. Also, would you rather meet one of the doctors from old Doctor Who or new Doctor Who? Honestly, new Doctor Who, just specifically so I can meet David Tennant's Doctor, because comfort character. Would you rather meet Uncle Rick in person or see the Lightning Thief musical live? Lightning Thief musical. Would you rather be haunted by Pennywise or stalked by Henry Bowers? Definitely haunted by Pennywise. I'm a lot less scared of Pennywise than I am of Henry Bowers, especially in the book, but in the films too. Would you rather go on the date described in Fearless or Starlight? This is a god tier question, thank you. Probably Fearless, but I also have a really soft spot in my heart for Starlight, for a lot of reasons. Would you rather have Gina as a desk mate or Hitchcock and Scully? Oh my god, definitely Gina. Me and Gina would be pals. Would you rather be the third member in a quest with Percy and Leo or Annabeth and Piper? Annabeth and Piper. Would you rather have no Eda or no Willow? No myself. They can stay and I'll go. Would you rather another Camp Half-Blood book or a Magnus Chase adaptation? This isn't an option, but I would rather a Magnus Chase book, another one of them. I guess a Camp Half-Blood book, because I prefer books over the adaptations for them. Would you rather meet Nico or Talia? Nico. Would you rather have Mrs. O'Leary or Hedwig as your pet? Mrs. O'Leary, because I'm definitely a dog person, but I also really want Hedwig. Would you rather only be able to watch the Hulk movie or only be able to watch the Peter Johnson movies? Probably the Hulk movie, because at least that has like a scene of Tony Stark. I assume you meant Incredible Hulk and not like Hulk 2003. Would you rather have Percy's powers, breathe underwater, control over water, not get wet, etc., etc., or Jason's power, fly, lightning storms, getting knocked out by bricks? Thank you for including getting knocked out by bricks. Percy's powers, obviously. Would you rather get ran into by a train or hit by a speedboat? Oh my god, hit by a speedboat. Robin looked like she really was not having a good time with getting run through, to be honest. So, would you rather piss off Pennywise or Homelander? Definitely Pennywise. I'd rather piss off anyone but Homelander. Would you rather slap Umbridge or Octavian or Stormfront? Stormfront! Fuck you, naughty bitch. Would you rather have Pascal or Maximus? Pascal, he can be my best friend. Would you rather be a Jedi or a princess from She-Ra? A Jedi. Oh, no, I would rather have the Force, because I don't actually like the Jedi Order. So I would rather be like, you know, a Force user who is on the light side, who serves the light side, than an actual Jedi. Would you rather meet Peter and MJ or Percy and Annabeth? Oh my god. Controversial, honestly, Peter and MJ. Would you rather sacrifice yourself the way Natasha did or the way Tony did? The way Tony did, because he just which I think that's building up the courage to do this is a lot easier than building up the courage to literally leap off a cliff. Or would you rather have Blackjack or R2-D2 as a pet / best friend? R2-D2. Would you rather climb the lava wall or play capture the flag? Definitely capture the flag. Would you rather team up with Lex Luthor or Joker? Lex Luthor, to be honest. I'm a Harley Quinn kinny, and I just wouldn't want to team up with the Joker because I think that would end badly for me. Would you rather not be able to read Heroes of Olympus or not be able to read Tower of Nero? Not be able to read Tower of Nero because I could live without Trials of Apollo as a whole, to be honest. This isn't really would you rather, but what fandom universe would you like to live in? The MCU. Would you rather have Leo or Percy? I assume this means like to date and Percy. Would you rather be a Sith or a Death Eater? A Sith, because Death Eaters are like wizard Nazis, and I don't fuck with that. Would you rather bring back Tony Stark or Luke Castellan? What do you think? Tony fucking Stark. Would you rather be the daughter of Zeus, Hades, or Poseidon? Hades. Would you rather have dominion and power over the skies or the oceans or the underworld? I feel like the oceans out of those options, but I would rather Hades be my dad, but I would rather have power over the ocean. Okay, I've been filming for way too long, so I'm gonna stop there. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in questions. This was so much fun. These videos are as fun as they are because you guys participate with me, so thank you so much for doing that. I love you very much. I'll see you very soon. Mwah.